The federal government, which is kick-starting a food emergency plan, which it says is a quick fix to ease galloping rise in food prices, among others. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, said they will work swiftly and diligently to actualize the crucial policies to ensure food security for everyone in the immediate. Some of the measures that would be introduced under the Emergency Food Security Plan include the implementation of the 150-day duty-free import window for essential food items imported through land and sea borders, such as maize, wheat, husks, brown rice, and cowpeas. The government also plans to purchase surplus food commodities to restock the national strategic and reserve. Interesting development. If you recall that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, back in the day, earlier in his administration, where we were having issues with prices of goods, services, produce, and all of that increasing, just going up, skyrocketing, he threatened to open the borders if people or those marketers, or let's say some companies are not, or industries are not doing anything to bring down the price of goods. Then we didn't see anything. It just, continues to go up and up. Now they are looking at opening the borders to bring in produce, to bring in food, crops, maize, cowpeas, etc. Some are saying that this is a good way to go because it's just going to be 150 days, and after that, then we'll have the borders closed again, and then we'll have, at that time, that should be around the harvesting period, talking about November to December. And
for those who are saying that this is a good move, for others saying that it's not really a good one, let's also focus on the fact that it is an emergency plan to address the current food crisis that we have. And the federal government is also expected to, have the framework ready within 2 weeks. Recall that Southwest governors also met on the issue of agriculture and also decided to have a template that we will address. So it's a good one that even at the state level and at the national level, we are making an effort to address the food crisis. Recently, the federal government also, suspended taxes on maize, wheat, rice, and other staple foods imported through the land and sea borders. The highlight of this emergency plan, or what it is intended to do, is also to support smallholder farmers during the wet season that we are going through right now. And it's also intended to collaborate with some states to address the issue of irrigation. And also increase production. And I'm hoping that this will not be affected by the security, situation that farmers are going through, the farmer-elder clashes, and that's why we are having the Ministry of Livestock. Absolutely. The government will also be engaging youth and women in greenhouse cultivation, support for fortified food commodities, and then the fact that military would definitely cultivate arable land. So this is a very good initiative. Others are also worried, some analysts are worried that it might in turn, if care is not taken, that it might in turn destroy the local production, like that is the... Oh yes, rice farmers, as you can see in that story, are also worried that it may reduce their production, may affect their production. But the questions people are asking, if you're farming and then you're producing rice and we don't have it in abundance, and we still have some people holding, we still have the price of rice still, going very high, as much as 75,000, 80,000, which is not accessible to common man, and that's supposed to be a staple. So if bringing in more rice, it will definitely solve the problem. Why don't we just go that route? I'm not for foreign rice. I'm that person who always who always prefer local rice to foreign rice. That's the way I find it. But we need food on the ground. We need food on the table. We need food in the bellies of Nigerians, because the first thing that you need to solve in this current crisis that we're facing is that food security. Recall that this move was also introduced by the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, which he addressed about the closure of the borders. Yes, the closure of the borders. And so for farmers that are complaining about this, let's not also forget to be on their side, that there are some other factors that have led to the increase in the prices of rice. Insecurity. The insecurity has also affected farmer headers, them. Clashes. They also have issue with irrigation and other things related to the wet season farming. But since it's just within a 150-day window, let's wait for the outcome of that.
And I will subscribe to the fact that we should also look for one way or the other to cultivate in our backyards. Some are of the opinion that, well, most of us live in rented houses, so we don't have the luxury of farming or cultivating, in our backyards. But you can, if you have good rapport with your landlord, good camaraderie, you can get, why do you laugh? You can get sacks, you can get buckets, no, sacks preferably, and then you grow some, maybe some tubers of yams, pepper,
of course.
Just some things that you can actually, because I've seen people doing that. Not everyone will do it. So there are some people that have houses, and even the what do we call them? The agents, those agents are not developers, rather. They are not helping matters, because most of the houses you see in Lagos, most of the houses you see now, all the places are already flawed. All the compound is already flawed. So there will be no place for you to say you want to farm, but you can still make use of sacks and all of that. We see the way people are doing it outside of the country. Some are even farming on water. They are cultivating on water.
So many persons do not really understand or value the importance of farming, and that's why they're
take care of your own
so many excuses. Over the weekend, we also saw the First Lady, that she also had her own farm in the village. So this is very important. And so rather than the excuses of you do not have a house, we could also subscribe to the method.
You can even get a land if you have that money.
Which is, well, let's not also bring that into the conversation, since we're talking about subsistence farming.
Yeah. So many things, but then it's an ongoing conversation, and we'll definitely look for ways to see how the government will solve this problem once and for all, because Nigerians can't really wait.